Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Beth Chats Books. Now today's video is going to be my February favourites video. Now I know I've been terrible and I haven't uploaded this, which I should have done ages ago because we're in the middle of March now, but I thought I'll finally get round to doing it since I'm in the mood to film a video today. So I'm going to explain kind of what I did in February. Me and Ben, I'm going to Stratford-upon-Avon for a little bit, and then I've got 3 main TV programmes that I started watching in February that I really enjoyed that I want to talk about. And that's pretty much it for this month. So let's get on with my February favourites video. So, like I mentioned, in February me and Ben went to Stratford-upon-Avon. This was a belated birthday present from January, which my auntie and my mother kindly paid for. And we spent 2 days there. We got a pass for the bus, the hop-on, hop-off bus service there. So we had that for 24 hours. So with that, we then bought a pass, a year pass, to go to all of Shakespeare's Birthplace Trust properties, which include Shakespeare's birthplace, Shakespeare's new place, Mary Arden's Tudor house, Anne Hathaway's cottage, and Hall's Croft. However, we didn't get to go to Mary Arden's Tudor house because it's shut for winter because it's just too cold and they do a lot of activities outside and people dress up and it's just not feasible to do that in winter. However, we have a year's pass, so we could potentially go again for February 2019 and go and check that out, so we might do that. So anyway, we really enjoyed that. We had a really nice meal out in Zzz's when we went. I know now that Zzz's is a very triggered brand now because of everything that's happened with Russia. It's kind of a brand that people don't want to say they had a fantastic meal at anymore, I guess. But we did have a really good meal when we went to the Stratford one that weekend. It was really nice for us to have some quality time. We don't get to do it half as often as we'd like to, so I thought it was really thoughtful of my auntie and my mum to give us an experience where we could have some time away. And it was fantastic and I really enjoyed it and I would highly recommend you go. I was on a massive Shakespeare hype because of it, so I'm planning to get a lot of biographies and plays of his read because I was really fascinated by his story. And the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust is a fantastic organisation that have really helped preserve these places. They give you so much detail and the price of a year's ticket is incredibly reasonable. I think we paid £23 or £24, but the fact you can go for an unlimited amount of time for a year to 6 properties I think is really good value for money. So now I'm going to talk about the TV. So the first TV I want to talk about, it seems like a very long time ago now since I watched it, was the This Is England TV series version. So I watched the film with my boyfriend a good few months ago. We decided to go through the series. So it's This Is England 84, 86 and then 90 I want to say, but I might have completely butchered that, so I will just put the correct years above me if I said that wrong. But basically it goes through the story of a group of friends and then how their stories develop. It's got very dark themes in it. It's got incestual rape, it's got drug abuse, but it's also got coming of age storyline. The characters really stay with you. You have 3 fully fleshed out series to really get to grips with these characters. It deals with race, revenge. There's so many really deep themes to it and it is intense and hard hitting, but it's such a beautiful series. So after I finish watching it I would definitely categorise this as one of my favourite all-time series, and I will be rewatching it. It had me so invested in these characters with some of these really hard-hitting storylines. I was in bits, and I'm one of these people that doesn't really get very emotional when I watch things. Like I can't seem to cry at films and movies, but this one really had me heartbroken and really upset for the characters. I'm going to link links down below so that if it's on Channel 4, which is where I watched it, you can go and check it out for yourself. It's just really nice, and to revisit the characters. It had a very open ending because I believe after doing a bit of research, because I became obsessed with it after I finished it, is that the director's not sure whether he wants to do another film to kind of round it off because it started with a film and then went into a series. So we're not entirely sure where it's going to go, but that, you know, the series finished a good few years back, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's left open. Really fantastic, beautiful series that will give you all the feels, so I just adored it. And then the second series I want to talk about is Inside Number 9. Now this has been going on, this series, for a good few years. Basically the premise is these 2 men have completely forgotten the names off the top of my head now, so I'll just insert their names here. They became friends through acting school, and they decided to make a premise of little mini episodes, individual episodes that are centered around the theme of the number 9 space. So whether it's a room, whether it's a kind of bed sit that they stay in, whether it's a classroom, whether it's somebody's property and house, so something that always goes under the theme of number 9. They're very, very dark, very, very dry, but they're fabulous. It's, if you like things like Black Mirror and you like really dark humour, they're the two men who were in A League of Gentlemen, which if you're a British person you'll understand that was a very bizarre series. I was far too young to appreciate that series, but they did a special recently where they brought that back and I just found that very odd. But my dad loved A League of Gentlemen. So we said, oh, they've done this other series, you'll love it, Dad. And he's been obsessed with Inside Number 9 as well. Some of them don't have such a great twist and some of them have a really dark twist. Some of them are more down the horror lines. They have a fantastic array of celebrities that are in it. They've had Sheridan Smith, that was my favourite one. Sheridan Smith was in one of them. They've had Gemma Arterton, I think, in one of them. They've had Aunt Poll from Peaky Blinders in it. They've had a whole host. They've had Pam from Gavin and Stacey in it. I'm just really bad at actresses' names, but I know what they're in. So it's had a whole host of really credible and exciting actors and actresses in it. So it's something that if you like a more dark sense of humour and you want a twist, then it's something that really might be for you. And the last thing that I want to talk about is This Country. Now, This Country is a really, really funny series. I'll also insert the names of the two people in it. They're, in real life, they're brother and sister, but in this they play cousins in kind of a remote country background. It doesn't really specify where. West Country, and these two people have really funny excursions. Their families are very funny. Their lives are just obsessed with being in this one place. Really dry sense of humour. It's really funny. It's been on the BBC before. They've had one series before and we all loved it. We love the sense of humour and the style of it. It's a very easy watch. Just a lot of light relief. So it's just really, really funny. I'll put all the links down below because I feel like I'm really butchering what I want to say, but these were all fantastic series for very different reasons. This is England's hard hitting. Inside Number 9 is quite dark, and This Country is just light, funny relief. So they're all the TV I want to talk about. I didn't really have that much to say for the favourites of February, but I really wanted to let you know about these series that I really have been enjoying so that you can go check them out if you're interested. In the US, you might not be able to get access to a lot of this because our BBC iPlayers probably won't be able to be streamable to you, and for people in the UK, our BBC streaming service is only limited, so I would go and check these out now if you're interested. I believe Inside Number 9 might be on Netflix though, so Americans might be able to get hold of that one. But I'm really sorry if you can't, but I'm sure you can try and search them online and see if they'd be streamable where you come from, if you're further overseas, America, Canada, etc. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to be alerted when my future videos come out. I'll be back with you shortly for another video very soon. Thank you guys again for watching. Bye!